Hello everyone, it is Angelia the Oracle here, and I just heard it's time to pop back into isolation mode. And I know that for my collective, you kind of like, when you go into isolation mode, you kind of like go and stay and like lock down and shut down from any and everything. And this last time out, I'm sorry for the background, but this last time of stepping out of isolation mode was like you testing the waters. Okay, it was kind of like you testing the waters. Like, okay, you've been walking in a different timeline, a new timeline. We've been going over this. We've been walking in a different timeline, right? And I don't, it's not that you're reverting to your old timeline, but you were kind of, oh wow, you were kind of in like a purgatory situation of timelines. Like, we weren't, we were out of the old timeline, we were exiting, but we weren't quite in, we hadn't quite stepped into the new timeline. Oh wow, and this tracks. Today is the 4th, March the 4th. Yesterday, 3/3/2026, we had a blood moon, whatever. So there's just a lot of reset energy, and of course we have entered into the Chinese New Year, so that last little piece of snake skin is shedding. So we're out, officially out of the old timeline, and I think we have officially started the new one. I think I've said that we were transitioning before, but it really was like an era of purgatory. It was like that space of like, oh wow, whoever watched, well, you know what purgatory is, but if you ever watched oh crap, what's the name of that show? Oh crap. Anyway, 222 as I'm looking at the timer. But basically they went to purgatory, and depending on what happened while you were there, they were like in hell, but not like all the way in hell, like it was a step before hell. You get what I'm saying? Like, but this is not hell that we were talking about. It's just the timelines. It's just that it gives that aura. It gives like, have you been in a space the past few months or maybe almost a year of like just kind of going through the motions? It's like, yeah, you were in it, yeah, feelings were attached and involved, but it's like you were still kind of going through the motions. You were just going through the motions. You're pulling back from that aspect, and I think you're tapping back into your feelings. Like, you're tapping back into the reality of certain things. That's what you've been in, like a purgatory-ish dream state kind of situation. I don't know where that came from. That's not even where, that's significant for somebody. But you're coming out of that. You're coming out of this dream state that you've been in. But you're doing it effortlessly. Like, you're doing it. And when you go back into this isolation period that you need to take in order to rebuild, it's just different. Like, all aspects are just different. The isolation that you're going into isn't the isolation of like protection of survival. It's not like survival retreat. You get what I'm saying? The isolation that you're going into now is like you're molding. You stepped outside of whatever hermit situation you were in a year ago. You stepped outside of it. You learned what you needed to learn. You gathered all of the information that you needed to gather to go back to the drawing board and come up with something new. Boom. Okay, so that was another thing. Another download that I had got before I started recording is I heard we are back to the drawing board. And it's like, you have a blank drawing board right now. You got a blank canvas, right? And it's like you as the artist, have been so scared to fuck the canvas up. You've been so scared to mess the blank page up because, wow, you've been so cautious of messing the page up that you won't even dip the brush in some paint and just start on something. Like you won't do any type of brush stroke. You won't draw. You won't. It's like when you came into this world, you had a blank canvas, and it seems like everything from day one up until the point of maybe like a year or two ago, you had drawn on this canvas. You had for years. You know what I'm saying? Like you had added to this picture, added to this painting, added to the point where it got, the lights cutting off is low-key mad crazy. Wow, the lights cutting off is low-key mad crazy because there's nobody in here but me. But wow, yeah, you had this big canvas, and then something in your life happened, or there was a transition or a season or whatever that was like the big boom or the big bang in your book, and it was like, okay, yeah, you lost that canvas. I know that you've been working on this canvas for years. I know that you've been working on this painting, this drawing, this creation for years, but it got burnt up in the fire. Sorry, it drowned in the ocean. It is no longer. Wow, it has disappeared, dissipated. You don't know where it's at. But you're so blessed. Oh my God. You're so blessed that God handed you another canvas and said, here you go. I know that you lost yours, so I'm giving you another one. Do with it what you will. Free will. Oh my God. Do with it what you will. You have just stepped into what genuine free will is. You have been moving and living for everybody else for all of these years. You have been doing things for everyone else, and you have finally stepped into a power of free will where you can utilize it, like with no restrictions, right? Because when you are restricted in your mind, you restrict yourself, you limit yourself, you are limiting yourself. Stop. Or you have been for all of these years, you are limiting yourself, and that shit is over with. That shit is over with. And it's not even like a, let me get back to this canvas. You've got this blank canvas in front of you now, right? You haven't picked up a brush, you haven't picked up a pencil, you haven't. And why? Because you have so many different ideas in your head that by the time you go to put something down, another one has come up. By the time you go and put something down, another something has come up. You so worried about effing this canvas up that you won't start creating a picture. But that was the problem the first time. You were so concerned about where to put your lines and how the brush strokes went and how good that canvas looked. You put so much into how good this picture looked just for it to disappear anyway. And what you weren't expecting was for God to just hand you another one. But you are so powerful, and now you understand. Now you're starting to understand that, yes, I have this blank canvas in front of me, but in order for a picture to come through, or in order for anything to be put on it, I have to draw. I have to paint. You have to live. You have to create. You have to just be. Because regardless of if you make mistakes or not, there could be another canvas waiting for you. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Get some tissue. But yeah, I think that, excuse me, I think that, wow, you were so concerned about messing the first canvas up. Well, you did mess that first canvas up. And then you kept trying to fix it and fix it and fix it and fix it. And it's like the more lines that you created trying to fix it, inevitably just made the picture kind of jumbled anyway. But again, it's something that you were working on for so long. You were like, I've got to fix it. 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 Instead of just realizing that all you had to do was take that page off and now you got a blank new page, right? That's crazy. That's crazy. You have a brand new canvas. You have a brand new page. And your ass don't know what to do with it. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't know what to do with it, but how many times are you going to... Damn. You don't know how many times. You don't know how many pieces of blank pages you're going to get. So you need to take advantage right now. Like, what is it that you like? What is it that you're good at? Okay. You have nothing but space and opportunity. I know it kind of sucks to say it like this, but you've literally been stripped away from everything. You've been stripped of everything. Everything that you've ever known, you've been stripped of it. So, why not just start anew? How is it going to kill you? What really is it going to do to hurt you? There's nothing that it could possibly do to hurt you unless you're doing something, of course, dangerous. But I mean, that's not our goal. That's not the goal. Start your own business. That's as a chosen one. That's our stilo. We not meant to work for nobody else. We not meant to be on nobody else's time. And girl, you can't be. You're barely on time with the shit you be doing. When you're trying to meet other people's, I don't know what made me say that, but when you're trying to meet other people's requirements or other people's expectations, it's dreadful to you. It really is. Like, and it's not that you don't want to or you don't have the drive or the mental capacity. Sometimes that could be a thing, but sometimes it's just like, I don't want to do that shit. You really are just the type of person that want to do what you want to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever you have been conditioned into through the first part of your life, you gotta let it go. You gotta forget it. I don't want to go to, not say forget it, but you got to, that's not you no more. That's not you no more. You've healed from that person. And that, I think that's the part that's fucking you up the most. Like, you are healed from where you are not that person anymore. So now you're just like, well, who am I? You don't know. And that's okay that you don't know. Oh, no, this went the wrong way. Okay, yeah. It's okay that you don't know. It's okay that you don't know. Okay. Well, that was just the channel message that popped into mind as soon as I started recording. So that's that. Now, let's get into the actual channel messages that I have. I'll say this. Well, you know what? I'm just leave that there, but I don't even know where to start. And then this was... I just seen that Elite Rose Tarot posted something, and the title very much shooketh. I'm gonna have to go. Okay, so this first part is like diary entry that I'm not going to read. Mm. 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 Okay, so I'm going to take this excerpt really quickly. Wow, I said, I need to be wise about things, but all I have is the capacity for the stuff. All I have the capacity for is the stuff that's right in front of me. Right now, I don't have a choice but to surrender to what's happening. Oh, wow. Otherwise, I'm subject to step back into a life that I would prefer to stay in the past. Mm. Every day, the question is, wow, which version of myself am I going to show up as today? Let me let me run that back for the girls real quick. Full circle moment I'm having. It's okay. It's fine. I'm like bubbling on the inside. So maybe some of you are having a full circle moment, because that's been coming up a lot the past couple of days. Full circle moment, full circle moment. For someone of you out there, there's something that happened when you were smaller, or something that happened in your past, or something that was significant from previous, you get what I'm saying? And you've grown and you've changed and you've morphed, and there's something sparking in your life at this current moment that is making you have a full circle moment. And I honestly think it's working out for your good, okay? Dang, I said, I need to be wise about things, but all I have the capacity for is the stuff that's right in front of me. Again, like I said, that blank canvas is like, what are we gonna do? Right now, I don't have a choice but to surrender to what's happening. Otherwise, I'm subject to step back into a life that I would prefer to stay in the past. Every day, the question is, which version of myself am I going to show up as today? This is something that I need to, or that it's a conscious decision. Every day, I need to choose to show up as the highest, most respected, wisest version of myself. Choosing to make your best self present consciously will turn into an effortless and unconscious act, allowing you to just be. Message. Lately, you have been choosing you. Okay. Wow. I have been, because of this shift from the previous timeline into this kind of like purgatory stage, and now we're leaving that stage and going into our new actual timeline, like what's about to be happening for the next 5 to 10 years, as long as things flow into fruition the way that they should. For the next 5 to 10 years, right? Every day, I need to choose to show up as the highest, most respected, wisest version of myself. Choosing to make your best self present consciously will turn into an effortless and unconscious act, allowing you to just be. Now, this is so crazy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Wow. So, wow. I'm having like I can't even articulate what I'm feeling on the inside. I wrote this on 2/26/2026. This particular life update, I ain't gonna show it. Yeah, but the 2/26/26, right? And then when I like wrote some, and then I think I was, and then I had to like come back and write some more. First of all, for those of you who don't know, it was 20 minutes as soon as I looked up. 20. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm a substitute teacher, right? So I go to many across schools across the board, different schools, different districts. Something that I noticed, or something that I've been noticing, and something that I clearly had to write down last week, I said, being a sub and watching the classroom dynamic of Black students is making me see the culture that I missed out on. The camaraderie, the fashion, etc. I missed all of the experience, like being a Black student. But I grew up in the hood, so outside, like my Black friends probably expected me to understand certain things that I never really had a concept of. Now let me explain that a little bit further. So I'm a very smart cookie, huh? But I was in like honors classes, AP classes, like gifted and talented when I was younger, like all of the things. You get what I'm saying? So my schooling as a Black girl looked very different because I was always in class with white kids. And I hate to say it like that, but literally, like there have, from the time of me being in elementary school, middle school, high school, middle school and high school especially, because that's when cliques kind of start. I mean, they start in elementary school depending on like your area, I guess, or whatever, but cliques really start to form in middle school and high school, right? So when these cliques are forming, I'm like one of three Black people in a classroom on any given year, on any given semester. Might be the only one. There's classes where I've been the only one. You get what I'm saying? So like watching, like I just was observing how certain classes operate. You have the 2211, as I looked up. You have the, like I said, you got your AP kids, you got your honors kids, you got like your regular students, the people who are in the regular classes or whatever. But one thing that I've noticed about Black kids in the classroom is like they really do have this level of camaraderie. Like they really do have this brotherhood, sisterhood, like, and I saw it growing up because clearly there were friends around me, but I was very shy. Like I had the friends that I had. I wrote this down. I was an alternative Black girl. I didn't really understand what that meant back then, but now as a woman looking back on myself, I was like an alternate. So I was a girly. You feel me? I was in honors in middle school, high school. Yeah, like, so my experience was very different. My experience was I get my work done, like I just chill in the classroom. So when I would have these experiences outside of the classroom, it was like I didn't understand the tempo. ADHD girly here also that I didn't know. Like didn't understand that I was ADHD. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like this ADHD alternate Black girly, junior ROTC, like I'm with the people. You get what I'm saying? But I wasn't with the culture. And so, like, I just think that there's a lot of things that I missed and didn't even realize that I missed because I didn't have that type of, like, engagement. And so, as I got older and, like, going throughout high school, like, later in high school, college and things like that, I think when a lot of, like, things were happening to me, like, as far as, like, a life standpoint, I was oblivious to a lot of shit because I didn't have the same mentality. Somebody's calling. Bumble calling. I didn't have the same mentality. You get what I'm saying? As a lot of the people that grew up around me, that grew up in the hood with me. I don't know. That's significant for somebody. I'm sorry. No. That's significant for somebody though. Like that, it makes a difference. Like I'm still learning I'm learning certain things about, like, yeah, I know about my culture. I know things or whatever. But like I said, being on the outside looking in, now I understand how that would have affected me not knowing certain things. So yeah, if you're an alternate Black girly and you'll just be vibing out through life, shouts out to you. Because, baby, I didn't even realize I used to be a beat of my own drum and didn't have a freaking clue. People used to be like, you so dingy, you're such a blonde, you so sweet, like Cherry, you just, girl, wow. Or all the names that I used to go by back in the day. Ha! All the names. Yeah, because I definitely used to try to change my personality. Like, I definitely used to try to be on some alter ego type stuff. Because I'm like, wouldn't you, you know my, no. But I didn't even realize, baby, I thought I was shy. I thought this and that. But now I'm really looking back. I'm just like, you was a part of the in crowd, but you was just so on a frequency of your own that you didn't care about being in the in crowd for real. You didn't care about like, yeah, there are certain things that you missed out on, but you were also probably protected from a lot. I know I be switching tenses, but it's because we are, not to be like, we are one, we are the same, but like, no, literally, if you hear and you following and you tracking, it's because you feel me. We're a collective. You get it? Wow, though, let me take some key points from that as well. You need to show up as the best version of yourself every freaking day. Now, this right here shook me because the last thing that I wrote, and I think I probably took a screenshot. I always take screenshots when I see like wacky, crazy angel numbers, right? Wacky, crazy angel numbers, right? Right? Why, on this day of 2/26/26 at 2:22 p.m., my phone, I wrote this down, at 2:22 p.m., my phone was on 22%, and I heard, by definition of odds, you were never supposed to make it. By definition of odds, you were never supposed to make it. I said, with every hurdle and every obstacle, you weren't supposed to make it. As far as you are. You weren't supposed to be as far as you are. You were supposed to fail. By demographics, by design of the matrix, I am a unicorn. That's what the fuck I wrote. Baby, I don't know who I was feeling like. Well, clearly I was feeling like a unicorn. But that's crazy. Well, what I just said as far as like the alternate black, it's really a thing. Like, y'all, black women, we need to start learning ourselves. Black women, we need to take charge of our mental health. We need to, because there are things that we be going through and other people will say, oh, you're just being defiant, or you're just being this, or you're just being that. It's like, no, bitch, y'all autistic as fuck. How about them apples? I don't know why I heard that, but anyway, by demographics, by design of the matrix, I am a unicorn, baby. If you've made it this far, then you know we live in the matrix. You are actively stepping outside of now. This is tea. You are actively stepping out of the matrix. You still gotta fight reality. We still got bills, we still got kids, we still got shit to do. And we ain't completely lost it enough to let it go. You get what I'm saying? So, this is the plan, right? This is the master game plan. Right now, you are out of survival mode as far as like survival mode. Now we're switching gears. We have to survive the matrix just long enough for us to go off grid. Okay? Follow me. Just long enough to go off grid, okay? Or even if off grid is, you so powerful, you so chosen, you are going to be in the spotlight. I don't know what you're going to be doing, but you know better than I do. You could be doing multiple things. And that's, you're so multifaceted. You're so multifaceted that's why it's so difficult for you to That's why it's so difficult for you to start drawing. That's why it's so difficult, because you're like, okay, well, I know Mozart's technique, but Mozart's Mozart, and I know who else is an artist? I know Van Gogh's technique, but Van Gogh is Van Gogh, and I know this person's technique, but that's that. Like I know all of these things, and I can make all of these things. I can make this great if I so choose. But I gotta choose right, and no, you don't, sweetie. You just gotta choose you. Ooh, wee. You just gotta choose spirit. You just gotta choose your gut. Your gut is telling you something. If you've been having stomach issues the past couple of weeks, your gut is telling you something. You need to listen. You just might need to listen. Okay, Stink? All right? You might need to listen. Because your stomach is going to tell you everything. The way that you're breathing is going to tell you everything. And let me say this, because I think Brittany, the intuitive, mentioned this, but you've been working on your breathing. And the reason that I'm reiterating it is because I've been working on my breathing. I did not know that I was holding my breath. Like, that's crazy. I didn't know I was holding my breath. Like, for years. And it's because of like body image issues, because of anxiety, it's because of, like, I know that there's our reasons, but I just didn't even realize how much I was just holding on to, even, just in my breath. My throat chakra trying to clear now, because you baby, you gonna get this message. But I didn't realize, like, you are holding, there's been so many times or so many points over the past couple of months where I've literally had to expel my belly. Like, just breathe, bitch. Just breathe. You don't even know that you're not breathing. Like, I'm walking around, and this is how I know that this is how this started. Because I used to hold my stomach in. Mind you, I am not that big. I'm not that big. I never have been. But body dysmorphia, that's significant for someone. It's okay, girl. Been there, done that. But you starting to clock that T now. Baby, we is fine as hell. Baby, you fine as hell, okay? All right. Just telling you, you're fine as fuck, okay? So, body dysmorphia aside, that used to be a thing of the past. And so, like, I used to, like, suck my stomach in thinking that, you feel me? I did not realize that that was contributing to me. And then, on top of, like, it's social anxiety and just, like, normal anxiety and postpartum anxiety and whatever else I was going through for God knows how long. Baby, I wasn't breathing. Like, I was literally walking around thinking that my stomach was expelled. Like, the reason I keep saying my stomach is because 3-3-3-4 when I looked up. So 3-3-3 may be significant if you've been seeing that angel number. But the reason, when you breathe, people always say breathe with your lungs. This is also another matrix thing. If you know, you know. But when you're breathing, it's that you go to the doctor and it's breathing with your chest. You don't breathe from here. You breathe through your stomach. When you breathe, your stomach expels. Your stomach expands. And then when you push that breath out, your stomach goes. So it's, baby, I wasn't breathing. I was breathing up, not out. You can't get no air that way. You can't relax yourself. Release yourself. Before I said relax, on the tongue, I was about to say release. Release yourself. I'm not even gonna tell you no lie. I don't know if I told you this in the last video. I done lost 5 pounds and I don't even know, like, where the weight has went to. Like, it wasn't, I haven't changed anything that I've eaten. I haven't changed the way that I've eaten. Like, I've been doing the things that I normally do and have literally lost 5 pounds and couldn't tell you where it came from. because I'm used to being a consistent weight. So I was like, dang, I'm down 5 pounds. I must have not ate nothing. But then I went back a week later and checked, and the same 5 pounds was still gone. I was like, oh, baby, that's permanent weight that's gone. Not just no water weight, not just no being bloated. Because for myself, I fluctuate between 2 and 3 pounds up or down. It just depends, right? No, baby, that weight never came back. And I'm grateful. I'm saying thank you. But I'm saying there's something that you are actively releasing. We are purging right now. Release it. Continue to release it because it's helping. It's working. You might not feel it or see it right now, but it's working. I promise. I promise it's working. Okay. I think I need to. I hope I didn't. Might be like, I hope I didn't offend nobody. I don't think I would have offended anybody. I really do. But that resonates with me. You know what? I'm not about to apologize because if it resonates with me, it's my story. You also let me not do that because I like went back into one of my TikTok videos and I was like, ooh, that don't sound good. I've got some crystals in this box, so I'm gonna just lay them out. It's just these are clear. They were on a bracelet, but the bracelet broke or whatever, and this little crystal broke too. It was like a little it was a point, but it was a necklace that my mom gifted me a long time ago. Or no, it was my mom or my grandma. I think it might have been my grandma, but anyway, I love this color. It's so pretty. And I didn't get rid of it because it's crystal or whatever. But yeah, let me refrain from like not banging on the desk so much. Let me just. Oh, man. God, please cover me. Cover my collective. Bless these cards. I just want to confirm. We are at the beginning of March, so I just want to confirm March. I just want to point us in the right direction because we are technically at the beginning of our year. We are about to start spring. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, wait. No, let me get back to this. I'm so excited. You know it's crazy. In one of my classes, we were talking about seasons. But anyway, my favorite season used to be fall. One, my birthday's in the fall, technically, even though it be cold outside. But my birthday's in the fall, but also I just like the crisp air of the fall. Like it's not too hot. I live in the south, so it don't be too hot, but it's not cold yet. You know, it just be the perfect weather for our jacket or maybe something real cute. You feel me? But with my spiritual awakening and everything that I'm learning and everything that I've learned and all the things, spring is now my favorite. And it used to not be because I have allergies real bad, but baby, I got year-long allergies, so you know, it is what it is. I have year-long allergies, so. Okay, these popped out at me. I'm going to maybe okay, those popped out at me. Or these fell. Let's see. Maybe it's because my hands are small. I'm not good. I'm gonna count these cards and see how many. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Was that 8 for real? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know what? Because I have 8, and that's just what came to me, I'm gonna go try to draw one more so we can do 9. Okay, and one fell. That's all, folks. All right, so what fell? It is the 5 of Wands that fell. So I'm trying to figure out. 1, 2. Mm. I'm trying to think about if I want to try. There is this, like, the Celtic cross, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to do this. Oh wait, no, that's with 10. So nah. Let me just go ahead and do 9. Let me just go ahead and do 9 lay them out and see what we get. 5 of Wands. God, I need these to come out the way that they, okay. 5 of Wands. We have the 6 of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. Oh no, maybe I should have grabbed it the other way. The High Priestess in reverse. Okay. The High Priestess in reverse. King of Knights. I mean, sorry, the Knight of Cups in reverse. 3 of Swords in reverse. So we got swords, we got wands. But we also have, we've got many, no, a king of, we got a lot of like quartz pieces, or not a lot, but King of Pentacles. Okay. You know what? Just shut it. The Temperance in reverse. Wow. Temperance in reverse. Okay. 6 of Wands upright. So we got the 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands. That's not me, right? Oh, 6 of Wands. And then the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's a lot going on here, Stink. Did I say this is for March? It's a lot going on here, Stink a butt. Okay, let's start off with my 5 of Wands. Competition. Competition. Oh, where are my wands? I'm sorry, y'all. 5 of Wands upright. When the 5 of Wands appears, it means you need to take steps to end the discord and disagreements. Let me speak clearly. I'm not only speaking for self, but I'm speaking for collective as well. Again, this is for March. Speak clearly, speak with passion, speak with truth. Okay. When the 5 of Wands appears, it means you need to take steps to end the discord and disagreements. Clear the air, but also be honest about what you're feeling. The 5 of Wands reminds us that we have to be authentic if we want the conflict to cease, both with others and with ourselves. Okay, hold up. Let me come back here. Wands, 5. Showing up in this competition. Okay. Remember, competition can sometimes be healthy. Competition can sometimes be healthy as long as it's collaborative. Welcome with the opinions and insights others can bring to the table. Welcome the opinions and insights others can bring to the tables. Okay. Okay, so we need to face our, I don't even want to say face our fears, but face your battles head on. That's kind of what I'm pulling from this. Let's face our battles head on. We got the 6 of Swords. Victory. Big success. Okay. So there's tracking. 6 of Swords. If we stay grounded. Okay. 6 of Swords. All right, 6 of Swords. The 6 of Swords is a transitional card, an indicator that life is on the upswing. You've survived the battle. Oh, wow, and I said battle. Okay. You've survived the battle, and now things are going to get better. Not only is your situation improving, but you're also developing as a person, which better equips you to form coping strategies for the future. It can be hard to shed the trauma and damage of the past, but once you're able to do so, your personal growth will flourish. And that's kind of like tracking with my whole, it's kind of like tracking with my whole canvas metaphor. Like, yeah, babe. I'm not gonna be like, start over, but there has been a starting over. Maybe there was a conflict that has been cleared, which boosted your ability to start over. Like, it may have been unwanted or unwarranted, this competition or this somebody clocked your tea. And you weren't ready for it. Somebody else's insights and opinions of you, they clocked your tea, and you had no choice but to surrender. Which is also what I wrote down in my book. You are at a time where you have no, like, you have to surrender. But this surrenderance, if that's a word, this surrenderance is bringing you the Six of Swords. Like, it's bringing in the good. It's pulling in the good. You've survived the battle. So yeah. All right, and now we've got Three of Swords in reverse. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay, if you're Three of Swords, okay, Three of Swords right side up is generally a card of discontent, hurt, and disappointment, often to do with failing or struggling relationships. If your Three of Swords appears in reverse, it means that there might be hope for salvaging things after all. Really interesting. If your Three of Swords appears reversed, it means that there might be hope for salvaging things after all. Choose your words wisely, and remember, listening is as important as speaking. You might well be able to resolve those petty squabbles for the good. Remember that while you don't have control over other people's words or deeds, you do have the power over how you respond to them. Somebody is going to tell you something soon, or they have told you something recently. And again, this goes back to clocking your tea. It might have hurt you in the moment, or if it's not coming yet, it might hurt you in the moment, but essentially that conversation is going to be for your good. It's going to be for your progression, to the point where you might be able to salvage things. That might be a relationship that you thought was going to be in a frenzy, or that you thought you had no choice but to get rid of. Maybe it just needed to be rearranged. Something that I'm going to take from this is, remember, listening is as important as speaking. You need to watch your mouth. You need to watch your mouth. Because again, there's a conversation coming. How you react to that conversation is going to be just as powerful as the conversation itself. Okay? So, if your intent is to move forward with said person, you might want to detach from your ego. Detach from your ego, so that you're able to resolve those squabbles that they're mentioning. Let's get to the High Priestess in reverse. I like that. Major Arcana. How many Major Arcanas? I think that is our only Major Arcana card. So, oh no, I lied. We also have the Temperance in reverse, but that's in our next line. So wait a minute. High Priestess. Think of the High Priestess as the bridge between that which we can see and the world of the unknown. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Think of the High Priestess as the bridge between that which we can see and the world of the unknown. This card presents both balance and power in one form, and often represents an unrevealed future with hidden influences at work. Pause. Okay, hold on. That's upright. In reverse, the high priestess can symbolize open knowledge and obvious facts that you've been ignoring. We ain't gonna talk about it. In reverse, the high priestess card can symbolize open knowledge and obvious facts that you've been ignoring. Wow, you know how spirit works. All I had to do was read it and reread it. When I read that line the first time, there was a negative connotation behind it. But when I reread it, my whole thought process changed. Okay, that was significant. Hold on to that. Okay, not only that, but you're also probably denying your intuitive hunches in a way that's rooted in pride and conceit. Learn to occasionally slow down, calm your breath, and listen to what the universe is trying to tell you. This is crazy. This also goes back to the conversation that I said that you were about to have or have had recently. They clocked your T. There's something happening right in front of you, but you were so focused on painting your own picture the way that you wanted it, with all the perfect lines and the perfect brush marks and the perfect this and it gotta work here and the this and the that you just kind of went off on a frenzy. You need to understand that taking your time, slowing your breath, pacing out your work, pacing out your thought process instead of just trying to throw some shit on the page. You get what I'm saying? You need to slow down. All right. So, yes, slow down. I'm going to move on from the high priestess in reverse. Move on to the Knight of Cups in reverse, right? Oh, I was about to say, what happened to my card? I used it. All right. So, did I say Knight of Cups? Knight of Cups. Let me get back to center stage here. The Knight of Cups is honorable but not warlike. It can symbolize someone who knows how to stand their ground but will not deliberately pick a fight. Okay, pause. In reverse, the Knight of Cups is a warning about people who want attention just to serve their own needs. Sometimes people maneuver their way into our world without our best interest at heart, and the Knight of Cups advises caution. Is there an individual who has suddenly inserted themselves into your life? Stay connected to the reality of your situation rather than what you wish it to be. Again, or I don't know if I said this the first time, but take what resonates. Please leave what does not stick with you. It says, is there an individual who has suddenly inserted themselves into your life? Stay connected to the reality of your situation rather than what you wish it to be. Okay, that's what I need to pull from that. It's not even necessarily a warning about other people. This is a warning about your own connectivity. You have such a divine spirit, so you alchemize and you transmute so good. Oh wow, you transmute so good. What they say, you cut so good. He cut so good. You transmute so good that oh my gosh, what is it? Your optimism, it just surpasses life. Like, you're just so optimistic. It's kind of scary, actually, because your optimism, it kind of blurs the lines between reality. Wow. You're so powerful that your optimism blurs the lines of reality sometimes. Which is why even when other people do have an ulterior motive, there are points in time where it seems very genuine because your belief in it is so hard that at some points in time, they gotta believe it too. Now, whether it sticks with them, that's on them. All souls can't be saved. Everyone was not meant to survive. Everyone was not meant to be pulled through to the other side. But because of the optimism that you have, other people, even if just for a split second sometimes, they step into their highest timeline when they are around you. Like, they are the best versions of themselves when they are around you, right? So, but sometimes with like a warlock energy or like a succubus energy or succubus, whatever, it that's what can deter you, or kind of like you be quick to make not the greatest decision because of that. You get what I'm saying? Because you're so focused on the potential. That's where you're so focused on the potential of what could be, or what you wish that it was, that we sometimes lose the grip on the actual reality that you're living. And yes, while you are powerful enough to change your own reality, if you're walking hand in hand with someone else, regardless of if it's a relationship, a friendship, family ship, whatever it is, like you kind of got to take shit for what it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got to take stuff for what it is and where it is and where you are in life right now. You got to be smart. You might not be in survival mode anymore, but that doesn't mean throw the shit that you learned in survival mode away. Clocking it. You learned those lessons for a reason. It is your time for transition. It is your time for integration of what you have learned and putting it into this new season so that you don't have to go through the BS again. You've already learned the BS. You've already been through that part. You've already did that portion. Take what you've learned. Let's move on. Okay? Yeah. Now, our King of Pentacles is next. King of Pentacles, like the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles represents someone who is faithful and dedicated. Oh, and a dedicated provider of not only wealth, but also family stability. Hold on, let me run it back. Like the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles represents someone who is a faithful and dedicated provider of not only wealth, but also family stability. This card can symbolize someone others turn to for advice. Look for a person who is reliable and steady, but can also make solid and well-informed financial decisions. If you are not the King of Pentacles, you have a King of Pentacles. This is actually very accurate. If you are not the one that's the provider, if you are not the one that is the stable, the amount of stability, or what is it? If you are not that one, you have someone. This is a new energy for you, though. So having that King of Pentacles might be the reason why things have been changing for you, with that Five of Wands and Six of Swords energy, and that Three of Swords in reverse energy that we had. The Six of Swords and that Three of Swords in reverse, that there is that stability. There's that positive change. This King of Pentacles here is a very I don't want to say, what is it, like a strong reason, like I don't want to say that's the reason, but this King of Pentacles, that's why you're more stable now. 757, as I looked up, and if you was with me on the last video, I told you I've been seeing 757 a lot, and I think it's a signifier for personal growth, which is clocking everybody's tea right now. Okay, so our other major arcana card is our Temperance in reverse. So let's see what that be like. X is 10. Okay, 14. Hold on. You know what? Can I not count? Okay. Temperance. The Temperance card shows we can benefit from. The Temperance card shows we can benefit when we alchemize imagination into activity. Interesting. Developing our will to bring about change. Temperance also reminds us to play nicely in the sandbox with others, and that teamwork and even occasional compromise can bring about achievement and success. Also reminds us to play nicely in the sandbox with, okay, that's upright. When reversed, Temperance reveals that, oh Lord, when reversed, Temperance reveals some pretty poor circumstances. Toxic relationships. Hold up. Why? I be beating on myself. When reversed, Temperance feels, why can't I speak? Why can't I read? Hold up. Wait a minute. It's a 22. Pew, pew, pew. Hold up. I had to get it out. My bad. When reversed, Temperance reveals some pretty poor circumstances, toxic relationships with other people, bad financial decisions, possibly even dishonesty or exploitation. Or exploitation. See this as a warning. It's time to reevaluate your situation and strive for a better balance. Stop overdoing yourself. Stop overdoing yourself and stretching yourself too thin. Instead, find a way to reprioritize so you can align your actions with your visions for the future. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. You're coming out of it. There were toxic relationships and bad financial decisions and dishonesty and exploitation. That was the X energy. That was the old timeline. There may have been certain circumstances in that shedding stage, 11-13 as I looked up on my timer, there might have been certain circumstances when we were shedding, but even then that it didn't last long. It didn't last long because we took the lessons that we learned from the previous life and we applied them very quickly. It may have hurt. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But I feel like this also came out further down because this is a warning. Like it says, this is a warning. Yes, this is the past energy. Yes, this might be a past energy, but it's saying if you don't keep these ducks in a row, if you don't keep stable, if you don't keep your head on the swivel, if you don't keep that balance, if you don't continue to breathe that breath work, if you don't continue to do the things that you've been doing in order to pull yourself out, when you go back into this isolation mode that we talked about earlier, 12-14, as I looked at the timer, as I look up, and that's my angel number. But this really is like I even said that I said that, right? hold on. I said, I said, I need to be wise about things. I need to be wise about things, but all I have is all I have the capacity for is the stuff that's right in front of me. Right now, I don't have a choice but to surrender to what's happening. Otherwise, I'm subject to step back into a life that I would prefer to stay in the past. That's literally what I said. I said, right now I don't have a choice but to surrender to what's happening. And what's happening is the good fruition. What's happening is all of these good things flowing in for you. What's happening is stability. This is what's happening right now in this moment. That's what's happening, right? Right now you don't have a choice but to surrender. Surrender to the things that are being good to you. You're good right now. It might feel, I don't even want to say unsafe. It might feel unbalanced, which might make you feel unsafe, but it's only because all you know is toxicity and dumb shit. All you know is toxicity. So, being in something that is balanced, being in something that is proper, is probably throwing your nervous system for a motherfucking wreck. You are going through it right now. But surrender. Let it go. You have to let it go. You have to let that past go. Because this needs to stay in the past. There's no reason for you to bring it forward. That's all I gotta say about that. Because that was crazy. Six of Wands. Let us move on to the Six of Wands. So we had Five of Wands, Six of Wands. We had Swords, Six of Swords, Three of Swords. We got Six of Wands and Six of Swords. We got, all right. Sorry, I just wanted to see what numbers were actually on the board. Okay. Sorry, Six of Wands. So our Six of Wands upright. When the Six of Wands shows up, success is at hand, and there's more than internal satisfaction. There's also public recognition of your accomplishments. Again, I said it earlier. You're going to be well known, famous. Like, you're going to be well known. It is what it is. There's also public recognition of your accomplishments. Others will acknowledge your contributions and help celebrate your hard work. Take the credit when it's due and don't downplay your efforts. You know what? That's tea. Because this particular collective, we do that. We do downplay what we do sometimes because we do everything so fucking good. Like, we do so much so well that sometimes we downplay it to, I guess, fit in with the masses or whatever. That's that autism. That's that tism again, trying to mask. But the mask is off. Ain't no more mask, baby. Ain't no more mask. There's also public recognition, so you need to get ready for that. You need to prepare for that. There will still be challenges on the road ahead, but you're past the tough part, and you've got to. Okay. So there will still be challenges, but you're past the tough part, and you've got a support team to help out if you need it. And that's so tea. There was a point in time for a long time where you had no support system. You had no support system, baby. You didn't have nobody but you. And that's a lot for a person. That it shouldn't be like that. That is a lot for a person. Y'all, let me hurry up and get this last card in because I got somewhere to be real quick. What is this? Ace of Swords. So, Ace of Swords. We got the Ace of Swords in reverse, right? There's our only one on the board. Okay. Oh my goodness, y'all. Please, let me hurry up and finish this. Ace of Swords. appears, when Ace of Swords appears, it usually means victory is imminent. Your success didn't happen on its own. Victory is imminent. Your success didn't happen on its own. It's something you earned through hard work and dedication. Now you'll see the efforts pay off as struggles shift to triumph. Boom. If the Ace of Swords appears in reverse, you may be pushing yourself too hard, and overdoing yourself in your quest for success. It's time to sit back and chill out. Just let things simmer for a while. So hold on, y'all. So once again, with that Ace of Wands in reverse, or did I say Ace of Swords? It was the Ace of Swords. My bad, y'all. Yeah, it was the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords in reverse. It's still time to calm down. It's still time to chill out. It's still just let the shit come to you. You've done all the work. I think I said this recently. You have literally done all of the work. You've been working for the last 10 years. You've been working for the last decade. It's time to take a rest, my baby. It's time for you to take a rest. You deserve it. So just fall back and let the shit come to you. And yeah, I think that's all I have for today. I thank you so much for staying with me, being with me, loving on me, because I'm loving on you too from a distance. Thank you again. This is Angelia the Oracle, over and out. And have a great rest of your week and have a fantastic March. Just chill. Let's slide into this spring energy. We ain't gotta run. We ain't gotta sprint. We ain't gotta do none of that. Let's glide into it. Okay. All right. I love y'all.